Hello. Today I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind a little bit recently, and I hate to admit it, I don't want to say these words, but I miss school. Now, let me be very clear about what it is that I actually miss about it before anyone misinterprets my words. I did not have the best time at school in terms of secondary school. I went to the Royal Ballet School. I actually joined 10 years ago, which is really weird to think about. I might make a video about that at some point. There are a myriad of things that I went through during that time that were not great. However, what I do miss is the fact that I was at a boarding school with some of my best friends, and I got to see them and spend time with them every day and make memories with them every single day. And I miss them now. There's a lot of people that I don't see very regularly anymore. And when I do spend time with them, I feel so happy and just overjoyed. And I feel like I find a part of myself that is sometimes lost without these people. And so the fact that I don't get to see them every day anymore really makes me realize that I might have taken that past school period of my life for granted in some ways. Also, I kind of miss the academic side of school in a way, like actually sitting down to learn things. Now, I think this is kind of a common theme that's happening with a lot of people recently, because I've been seeing the rise of this trend of having like a personal curriculum. I've seen loads of these videos coming up on TikTok and YouTube. The people yearn. They yearn to use their minds and learn something. The people yearn for education. And I kind of also feel that way. I miss sitting down and learning about something and taking notes and studying. Managing a degree on top of full-time ballet training was a bit stressful sometimes. I do miss how I would spend Sundays going to libraries and doing work. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love having free time and not having to think about productive things and just doing things for the fun of it. And I guess that's the whole point of these personal curriculum videos, is that you take on a subject matter that you're interested in and you just take time to learn about it, because learning can actually be fun. But yeah, I just kind of miss that, like actually using my brain in that way to learn things. And I'm sort of, I don't know, I wish I had time to sit there and make personal curriculum. I guess I could. I'm just missing school a bit these days and missing certain friends a lot, and just, yeah, realising that as much as there were so many bad things that happened during school, that sort of element of it I took for granted and I kind of miss. And I think enough time has passed now to miss that, because I remember when I first kind of left school, I was so ready to be done with schoolwork. I remember that feeling. I remember not wanting to study anything ever again, desperately needing a break from education. And so I guess enough time has passed that actually I do miss it. And in a way, I know in school, because you're forced to learn certain things, of course you're not going to enjoy it the whole time. Whereas now, if I went back into the education system in some way, like I will have to eventually, because dance is a short career, so most people will retrain at a certain point to go into something else. I know that when I do that, I'm going to be picking something that I'm really interested in and want to engage with, and I'm kind of looking forward to when that happens in a way. Yeah, I want to get into my study bag again, but I miss learning, I miss really using my brain, and I miss my friends. It's so jarring to go from seeing certain people every day to seeing someone once a year. You know, there are people that really helped me get through hard periods of my life, and now they just aren't really that much a part of my life anymore. They are, and like I see them when I see them, and I'm with them and I love them, but in the day-to-day, like whatever I'm going through now, they're not here for, and it's very strange. It's a big change of my adult life so far. Yeah, okay, I think that's that. I don't want to ramble on too much, but it's just been on my mind, and I think maybe other people are feeling that way a bit in terms of missing education. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. I put out videos when I feel like it. Look, I have been extremely busy. I've really felt like I've had no time to breathe. But one thing I have noticed is that when I force myself to make time for creative things, even when I'm tired or I don't feel like it, I always feel so much better. So, hesitantly, I'm saying that I'm going to try and get back to weekly uploading and see how that goes. I think I've had a bit of a refreshment for inspiration on videos, and yeah, like I said, this is something that makes me happy, so I'm going to try and force myself to create time to do it. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Okay, goodbye. Bye.